All right, we had a few technical difficulties, but I think we are ready to roll now. So we'll give it just a minute or so for everybody to come in. All right. So how is everyone doing today? I hope you're all doing great, having a good time. Had a good Wednesday, mid of the week. It's all downhill from here. Today we're going to make a gatefold card. I have an example here for you. And it's very simple to make. It may look a little difficult with all the layers, but it is actually very simple. So we're going to make our own gatefold card today. All right, let's get started. So for your gatefold cards, you will need some cardstock. First thing we're going to do is make our gatefold from the cardstock. I'm taking an 8.5 by 5.5 piece of construction paper, or cardstock, sorry, and I'm going to cut it in half. So that's the first step. Hello, I see that somebody came in. If you could say hi, we'd love to see who you are and say hello. So we're going to cut it in half. And now we're going to score it at 2 1/8 from each side. So I have my little scoreboard here. So 2 1/8. If you have one of these score buddies, it's actually the dot. So I'm going to score at the dot. And it's actually the second dot over here is the 2 1/8 from the other side. Or you can turn your paper around, find the 2 1/8, and score it again. So now I'm going to carefully fold in my papers, my edges. Make sure it lines up. All right. Now it is time to cut some design paper to be able to decorate it with. But this is your basic gatefold part of the card. All right. We're going to cut this piece of paper to 5 1/4 by 4 inches. Five and a quarter by 4 inches. This piece will be the one that I will put in the middle in the back. Now I need to cut pieces for my sides, both the outside and the inside. I've decided I'm going to use 2 different pattern papers, and they need to be 2 inches by 5 1/4 inches. So we can cut these at the same time. 5 1/4 by 2, so 2 inches. And 2 inches again. Where is everybody watching from today? I am in Georgia. I would love to know where you guys are. All right, and then the 5 1/4 part. Hopefully you can't, I think we're having some issues with chat. So sorry if I'm missing your chat. YouTube said that they were having an issue with chat. So I might just be talking to you guys today. They said that sometimes if you send it twice or 3 times, unfortunately, sometimes it goes through. All right. I'm going to put the 2 flower ones on the inside, and I'm going to put the striped ones on the outside. Now we need to cut some circles. So I'm going to cut a 2 1/4 inch circle from this pattern paper. This is my favorite hole puncher. It stays in the top drawer of my desk all the time. And then we need a 2 inch circle from the white one. That's my second favorite hole puncher. It lines up and layers really nicely. Okay, so we don't need these anymore. Now I do need to cut one more piece of paper so that when we open the card, we can have a message on the inside, just like this one. So it'll open and it'll have a message in it. So This one needs to be cut at 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. So 3 1/2. By 4 3/4. And that will be our inside for our message. And this paper that I am using is a really old pack that I got actually from Hobby Lobby a very long time ago. And it's all flowers and butterflies in different geometric shapes. You can see I even got it at a reduced price, but I still have it, and I've been using it slowly, but that's okay. Now we're going to start gluing our pieces down. We'll start on the outside and work our way in. All right. Take our paper and glue it down. All right, and we'll do the other side. And glue this one down. Now, the way I cut this paper, it's going to go all the way to the edge almost on the inside. Actually, it didn't need to. I think I cut one of these off. That's okay. Center it into the space and it'll be just fine. All right. Then on the outside or the inside, we will start gluing our papers in here. Sure wish I could see you guys chatting this week. Not sure what's going on with YouTube. One side of this got folded slightly off. All right, here's my other one. I don't think it matters what direction. I'll glue this side down. Yeah, I think I just folded one side of it slightly off. All right, now we glue the middle. And this is just designer paper that I'm using. You can use cardstock, you can use paper, whatever you want to do to decorate it. You don't have to use different patterns on the inside and the outside. I just wanted to. Thought it would be fun. All right. Now, the important piece, if we're going to make this a card to be able to write in, we need a space to be able to do that. So we'll glue this in here. And do our best to center it. And we have the main part of our card ready to go. So now we're going to glue our circle here. This is going to be kind of the flap that goes on the outside that helps to hold it closed. Hello, I can see that somebody else came in, but just so that you know, I think the chat is not working correctly today. YouTube sent a message saying that they were having issues with the chat feature. So, hello, I'll just be talking to you today, I guess. All right, glue that on. Now, what I wanted to do to decorate the outside is I wanted to add this cute little bird die cut that I've got. And it comes from Waffle Flower. And it's their Sweet Bluebird Duo die. So it's there's a right facing one and a left facing one, and it comes into 3 pieces. And I cut them out already, so I wouldn't have to step away and do that. But what we are going to do is color them. So there's 3 pieces to them. In my tape, I set it aside because I wasn't going to need it. And here I am needing it. Found it. All right. I'm just going to use this tape to be able to pull that off too fast. Oh, goodness. It's a rough day, guys. Rough day. That's okay. Because now we get to craft for a while. Or just sit and watch somebody craft for a while. That works too. I hope you had a good day and have had a good week so far. I like to tell all my coworkers that today is hump day. I always send a camel emoji in my good morning message on Wednesdays. I'm sure they think it's silly, but that's okay. Alrighty. Now, I am going to use the brown or the tannish color here for the top of my bird. My feed may have stopped. see here. Okay. Hopefully that fixes it. All right, there we go. All fixed. A little bit of brown, which is really this top layer here. All right, good. We are fixed and going well. Make his little feet brown too. Or her, I don't know. My cute little bird. All right. Now I have decided that my little bird is going to be like a teal color, which if you know me is my favorite color. A little bit of blue here. Yeah, he's got little blue feathers on his tail too. Why not? Whenever you're using ink like this, don't do what I just did. You see that big dark spot right there? I started my brush right on the paper. You want to start off paper and then gently go onto your paper in circles. Otherwise you get big dark spots, kind of like I have on both sides, but that's okay. All right, now to glue my little birdie together. Take it off the tape. Ah, well, there you go. Jester Fred says that chat is still broken for a lot of people, but seems to work if you start chatting with an emoji first. That's how they got here. All right, well, thank you for letting us know. Welcome to my feed. It's great to have you here. I'm gonna wipe off my space here from the ink. And it's time to glue the bird together. Hello, Amanda. Nice to see you again. All right. There's the top. And Janet, hello. I love it. Is that a fish? Not warm enough. Yes, it's definitely chilly here. I was so surprised. I think it was yesterday or the day before. It was 24 degrees in the morning. And then by the time like lunchtime came around, It was so warm I could be in a t-shirt outside and not have to worry about anything. I was so surprised. All right. I have decided that my little bird is starting to fly away, raising her little wing. I don't know why I put that back in because I need it. We're going to glue her. Actually, first, we need color her beak and her little eye. Which I find to do easiest afterwards. You could probably do it before too, but you absolutely could do it before. All right. Now I am going to glue my little bird on. Right. And make sure you don't have any glue on the tail. That's going to glue it closed. We don't want that to happen. All right. And there is our decorate on the outside gatefold card. Now I'm going to put a sentiment on the inside, which to me is kind of like the hardest part of making a card, is figuring out the sentiment. I couldn't decide what type of a card I wanted it to be. So I decided it's just going to be a hello card. All right, so we'll put hello up here. And then we'll add sunshine down here. I'm not going to use this one. Yes. That will fit all of it. Oh. Residual ink. All right. No one will see it by the time we ink it up. I'm going to use the same teal color. Make sure it's inked up really well. All right. And now normally I would have used a stamping stamp platform, but I decided not to. So let's see. Hopefully it was a good idea. Okay, it colored it in most of the way. I'll live with that. I'm happy. So now our little birdie on the outside and hello sunshine on the inside, and there's a spot for me to be able to write on the inside. A little bit of blue down here, probably from my fingers. So somebody said that they they were given a list of um thank you, Fred. A list of all the things that they have to have in their craft room, and they said this eraser, and they said it erases ink. Now I've found that it doesn't erase it completely, but it erases it a good bit. And like this was much more bright a few minutes ago, and now after the eraser, like it's just barely there. So it's a sand eraser specifically for ink by Tombow. I don't know if it's gonna be clear. Oh, there you go. That's what it is. All right. And that is my card that I have for today. I wanted to do the Gatefold card today because the next video that I'm going to put out on YouTube is a pop-up Gatefold card. And so I wanted you to be able to have the basics down so that you know how to do that before we do the pop-up one, which is going to be really cool and a lot of fun. Let me show the eraser again one more time. It's from Tombow. It's a sand eraser for ink specifically. Like I said, it doesn't get rid of it completely, but it makes it so light that like nobody's even gonna know that it was there. And so I will know that it's there, but that's okay. Nothing's ever perfect. So, as you can see, you can decorate it any way you want to. I've also seen people put squares and rectangles on the outside to be their closure as they're closing it up. Usually, these square or rectangles on the outside line up so that you have a border around it. I think I cut slightly off today or folded my paper slightly off, one or the two, and so you're not seeing the border quite as evenly, but normally it's more even like that. So that is all that I have planned for today. If anybody has any questions, you are welcome to put them in the chat. I would love to be able to answer them for you. Our friend Jester Fred said if you put an emoji in first, then you can get chat working. So if you have a question, put an emoji in and then ask your question and we'll be able to get you answered. I did just send out a YouTube video a few minutes ago, or not a few minutes ago, earlier today, with a pop-up card. And that, it's not that card, it is this card. And it goes up and it pops up. And you can see that these guys are like standing up. And so then you can write or stamp here or stamp up here. It looks intricate. It looks really difficult, but I promise it's really not that difficult. Yes. So will you show how to have that pretty paper on the inside too? Yeah. So this piece on the inside is 4 by 5.5. No, probably 5 1/4. 4 by 5 1/4 inch, and I just glued it down and I put it in there. My paper came from this little book of paper that I got from Hobby Lobby probably many, many years ago. It probably should be like gone by now, but it sits on a shelf with a lot of other paper that I have from a long time ago. Any other questions that you guys have? When is my next live? My next live is next Wednesday. So every Wednesday from 7 to 8 p.m. I will be going live here on YouTube. Almost every day I put out short videos in TikTok and some in the shorts here on YouTube as well. So you can see my content both of those places. We have a Facebook group if you're interested in coming and hanging out with us. There's challenges, there's card sketches, all kinds of stuff that are there. And you can find us at Creating with Jazzy Bundles. And I'm on Instagram as well at Creating with Jazzy Bundles. All right. Any other questions? If not, I will let you go early today. That's what I tell my coworkers when we're in a meeting. And it's a 10-minute meeting I booked it for 30 minutes and it ended up being 10 minutes. If no further questions, I will let you go early. So I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, a fabulous rest of your week, and a wonderful weekend coming up. And I look forward to our next crafty hour next Wednesday. So I will see you then. You're very welcome. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great night.